So let me just do this recording. Good evening, everybody. You're welcome for our training.
So you're saying aqua funding is the real deal when it comes to
Keep quiet, okay? So our training and trading. Okay, so we entered this market since morning, and funny enough, how many pips does it deliver? Just about 79 pips. Yeah, so these are the things when we talk about trading instrument, why we love to trade gold and other instrument. If you're scalping gold or other instrument, you have like made more money than now. So let me quickly make one announcement. You're welcome tonight for our trading for financial market. Now, I will still repeat it. Everything you're doing on trading is like hustling, okay? That's an active income, okay? It's an active income. It's not an investment. You need your brain, you need your commitment, you need your discipline, your attention. So there is no free money in trading. The only thing is that you can make it easy for yourself by paying attention to really what matters and leveraging. And that's why we've been talking about so many leverage opportunity and then telling everyone to take advantage of so many support systems. Now, I won't stop telling us that there's a need for diversification. So when you buy into cryptos and other instruments, just to hedge whatever. I know many people never knew when this guy was almost hitting $900 per. Now, Nvidia, I still told some of us to buy the other time if you don't want to buy local stock. So Nvidia now, I think it got to about $182 per shares. And I told us that before maybe November, it can cross $250. Okay. So okay, so now let's look at the market. I don't know how many of us took trade when I was telling us about a particular market on Tuesday. But now let's go to the market and see what's happening. And congratulations if you have registered on the software we sent on our group for you to register. It's a support software, and I experimented, which I will still experiment tonight to show us how that instrument actually works. But before that, all right, before that, so you can imagine we're in a trade. It took about how many hours? That's why we always tell people to pay attention, learn, and be patient. For how many hours when this trade was executed? I think it was executed here. Man, that's about 14 hours. So maybe before it will hit the take profit, it will be 15 hours. So now that's just to take 75 or 79 pips. So that's you take one position anyway. So if you use 0.1, that's $79. Yeah, so if you use 0.05, that's 30 something dollars, right? Now, if you use 0.2, that's about $2 multiplied by 79. So if you use 0.3, so multiply by 3. Or then if you only one position you took, no problem. But now let's look at the market in general and what we say why we leverage on different tools to help us make the money with ease. There's another trade we enter is struggling, I think was here. And it kept on sweeping liquidity, though by default there's a key level below, and that's why sometimes when a trade to be taken, you observe some key levels and all of that. But it keep dialing all this way, all right? And that's one of the things about this one. So because there's a key level down here, but nevertheless, these are just some currency instruments, so they are not too difficult. So They're not gold, they're not commodities for you to have maybe a very big loss. Okay, so let me see if I can. So maybe let me take from the instrument and probably we could analyze any market for us. Now, GBP USD, I think we're trying to say, okay, let's look at sorry, not US 30. Let's look at DXY. How many of you remember when I was telling us about the DXY now recovering? We started monitoring DXY from here. We have a breakdown here. We said on the sector, if you come back here, probably to create a double bottom. And now, so most time, if you're a trader, you are listening to me, I've given us this cheat sheet right from day one. I said the simplest way for you to trade Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY is just to know what the DXY is doing. That's it. You turn them upside down. And that's exactly what has happened. We saw what had happened, and this guy still continues selling. We just have a resistance over here. Once we break this, probably maybe this week. If we break this, continuation. And that's how it does. And then if you pull back, that nevertheless, and that's exactly opposite you have on Euro USD. And you saw it, very lovely, create a kind of rejection, and that was nice. So we're returning back to this point for Euro USD. All right. And so if we're able to break out nicely, then the journey continues. This is the point. Market is not your mate. You only take what market is doing and take advantage of it at per time. Now, the same thing, you can see GBP USD. Remember, if you've watched it, many of us, when we have entered GBP, I told us I was entering GBP here, and then we're buying GBP more over here. Now, GBP is at a particular key level now, so we need to see what DSY will still do. Probably maybe you can take a trade tomorrow, maybe a reversal for GBP USD. I think I was not supposed to be doing analysis tonight, but I think I just have to go through some of those things. And if you look at it, the GBP USD additional sales we did the other time on 1 hour time frame for GBP USD, you're going to see, I don't think I've even removed, I told us, I swing currencies. You can see here, it was from here we entered the other one. I told us I swing currencies. If you are following us, you will see that the trade we entered when I said I have been waiting for it. And then as it continued, it dragged us for a very long time. Yeah, that's when we said it returned back to the entry again. And then since then, it has been nicely moving. And I don't think it's done because it has passed another key level looking at this one down there, except I need just a pullback. And that's the advantage of swinging for how many days now? Look at it from here down to this point right now. Yeah, that's about 300 pips. So we can look at achieving 456 pips. So if you use 0.1, that's about $456. And if you use 0.5, so 456 multiplied by $5, that's what you're going to get as your profit. Now, so that's one of the things that when we're trading currencies, I don't like giving myself unnecessary stress. I just want it to run, right, on a swing level. Okay, we have gold, even when our instrument told us the other day that it's still bearish. He said strong bearish, that we can only rally back to 3340, and unfortunately could not even make it there. That was a nice bounce yesterday and down continuation. So I have a trade. If you're on our group, those of us on Telegram, I think we first enter a scalp buy and then another sell eventually. Okay, and I think the sell is what still continue, even though it was rigmaroling. Okay, now so it's going now and still doing. I think this is the only one we're struggling with. If you look at it overall on a higher time frame, so this is a key level and it's just struggling. So that's by and large means I have to still cross to this key level before having a bounce person, or even breaking it and continue downward move. And so you can see it's a bearish market, just like what we're having on GBP USD. But let's quickly look at which instrument can we quickly get entry tool right now. Probably even maybe use one of the scanners. Let me just go back here and find if we can see. Okay, so of course gold is selling, and so it's just that so seriously, stubbornly struggling. But I think this key level ought to be respected. 3270. Now, somebody may want to ask me, can I now enter gold from this price? Gold from this price. Let's look at it. So it tend to like have a kind of funny support. So that is where. So, but I want to find an instrument and we can use so we can use so let's open this and see any swing signal sent. Now, please have told us if you are on our forum, we sent a link for everyone to sign on for BEKENET software, right? If you are on CAPITALXTEND and you fund your account with a minimum of $100, now we're making a provision for any one of us who probably have minimum funding of $100 in your BEKENET. Oh, sorry. Minimum funding of $100 in your CAPITALXTEND for you to have access for Forex or for the BEKENET software, and then minimum funding of $100 in your World Trade for you to have access for synthetic. But for Forex, you must have $100 funded in your CAPITALXTEND. So you still have opportunity to still do that tonight if you want to do that. And then, so let me quickly open the BEKENET. So how does it work? Like I did the experiment yesterday. And for those of you who probably had activated yours now, so let me open on BEKENET quickly. It's very simple to use. So now let's go quickly. Let's go to the software results experiment for us. Now, I'm going to share the page. There we go. Just a moment, BEKENET. If you want to watch the video on how to set up your BEKENET and all of that, I think I did a short recording on how the BEKENET is activated and all of that. So, okay. So that shouldn't be a challenge at all. Okay, so quickly. I'm sharing with us now. Okay, so now one of the lovely things about this software is that even when you do not have Signal, but it sends notification for Signal for you. Now, let's do something. I'm going to use the command prompt, the voice command. Show command list.
Sorry you do not have access to the forest function. Kindly subscribe with just $100 per month.
Maybe I did not log in. It's very possible. Let me just log out and log in. Okay. All right, so I'm going to log in now. I'm going to log out and log in quickly to do this command I want to do. All right, so let's go here. Okay, let's go. So this make life easy, but this is what I always explain. No matter what you're using with AI, to have basic understanding of the market is very, very good. Okay, let me try it again. Show command list.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to help you get a profitable signal.
Okay.
Let me repeat your question. Show command list. I have loaded the command list page. Kindly look below the red box and scroll down to find all the commands that you need.
Check bearish move.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Your enthusiasm is contagious. I'm happy to have been able to assist you, and I'm always here to help with any other questions. Let me repeat your question. Check bearish move 1. BTC USD pair is fully ready to sell. Note BTC USD pair has a very strong trend massive move. And please apply proper risk management. Secondly, kindly use the inbit chart to see if this signal is close to a support or a resistance before you place this trade on your account. 2. GBP CAD pair is fully ready to sell. Note GBP CAD pair has a very weak trend slow move. And please apply proper risk management. Secondly, kindly use the inbit chart to see if this signal is close to a support or a resistance before you place this trade on your account.
Okay, now, so you had given us 2, BTC, GBP CAD. Now, most time, I can just go to my chart, but even when I don't want to go to my chart or my MT5, I can still go there, right? And still go to the Forex. That is Forex signal. And I can still go to, all right, trading chart. So look at it now. So if I go to trading chart, so I go to, so it said BTC. So I look at BTC USD. I go to settings. So I probably want to look at, so I load it. Look at it, load. So as I load it, you can see the chart. Crazy, right? I can go to like weekly key level. Now look at it. It has told us that the BTC pairs is bearish. And look at it. Look at the chart. Now, so Dean of Forex said, every time you see any signal, either for sell or for buy, and especially on the weekly key level, that the chart is below the pivot point, he's selling. You can see that Bitcoin had been selling, and I'm sure he gave a signal for BTC and all of that to sell, right? So I wouldn't waste my time. I would just go there. Sometimes you can check the signal strength. Now, it's still saying that because it's close to a pivot point, and he said, I cannot guarantee, because something that is below 74 accuracy, he loves from 75% and above accuracy, right? But for me, it's good for me if I want to take a trade. I just look and check 1 or 2 things and all of that. All right. Now, next, I want to check. He said, GBP card. Unfortunately, maybe okay, GBP card is here. Not all pairs I trade anyway, right? So I now click and load it, GBP card. And I click on settings. Remember, I say all of them are ready to sell, okay? All of them are ready to sell. So I click on, so look at the signal strength. Accuracy of this setup is 78% sell continuation signal. And please, close or buy trade. Please, this will be a massive sell move, hold position if you can, right? Now look at it. Let's go up here. So let's click, I'm going to click on key level weekly. Look at it. It has been selling, all right? And it's still telling us that this is just like a sell continuation. It has been selling. If I check the previous week, look at it. It has been selling even since last week. If I check the other week, it has been selling all this while. GBP card had been selling, right? Now, so I probably want to trade it. And now this is one aspect of this guy. So it has given me 2 signal on to sell, right? Now, so now I can check bullish move. I just want to take another one. Okay, that is show command list. Show command list.
Good evening. Thanks for asking me. Let me repeat your question. Show command list. I have loaded the command list page. Kindly look below the red box and scroll down to find all the commands that you need.
Check bullish move. Check bullish move. Check bullish move. Check bullish move. Okay. So please, sometime if the network is not strong, can give you all of this. So check bullish move. Check bullish move. Okay, so if it's not giving me, so now let's go. I'm just doing this as a voice note where I can use. Now, quickly, if you look at it, there's something you need to check here. Ordinarily, it gives signals. Look at signals over here. All right? Look at all the signals. BEKENET, look at them, all of them. Now, let me tap this. Let's see what signal is here. Because not only, oh, good, look at it. Even the Bitcoin itself that's given the signal before now, sell-free zone top, BTC, USD, Thursday analysis, this shows swing trade for more profit. Hold this position for more than 1 day. Sell BTC now, and all of the yada, 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 and all of that. Now, so those are just the thing we've just done right now with using voice note. So sometimes if I didn't even see any signal that has come, I can easily use my voice note and get what I'm looking for. If you still scroll down now, let's look at another signal. Okay, still BTC probably was repeating for me. Check another one. Okay, this is synthetics, right? So probably now let's check another one. This is still Mr. BTC. Now, please take note, I don't take all signals, okay? BTC have suffered today, man. I just want to check another signal entirely. Okay, this derive. Now, look at it. Let me go back so you can go and check BTC and GBP card for sale. So I don't use all of those. I don't use everything. I mean, so this is what I do on my own. Some of you who have activated your account, this is what I do on my own. When I come to load, look at my software. When I come to load the software, so here is what I do. Let's go here. Here's what I do. I come in, look at my FOREX signal, and then if you go to placement, retracement pro, you can see that there are only 13 instruments here. I don't load everything. If you see where they say load all, look at load all here, right? Look at where they say load all. I don't load all. I don't use them. I only select the one so the way you may get signal is not the same way. So for me, anyone I don't trade, just to tap and delete alert. So it won't give me alert for that. So that's how I do my settings. So I have a different settings anyway. Now let's quickly go into how do we subscribe? Okay, thank you. Now listen, somebody say, good evening, sir. You have not activated my BEKENET. No, I did. I activate your BEKENET. Everyone on my pending have been activated. You only need to now set your notification by watching the video I've sent on the group. I think I've sent a video on the group on how to activate your notification, but your account has been activated. Go and check. Now, listen, if you look at it, somebody was asking, how do I subscribe? Now, first of all, the BEKENET to subscribe, monthly subscription for BEKENET is, what's this one? So the subscription for BEKENET is $100 per month, okay? It's $100 per month, but the advantage you have, all right? The advantage you have is that the condition is this. If you are on, good, you want to bounce back again. If you are on CAPITALXTEND, You register on CAPITALXTEND, you have an account on CAPITALXTEND, and you know you're already trading with us with a minimum of $100. Your first 1 month is free. Free subscription for 1 month. But if you are not trading with us on CAPITALXTEND, maybe you have another broker, you have registered, and you are trading on your own independently, don't have any fund on CAPITALXTEND, then you register. I've sent the link on the group. You register. To subscribe is there. You will see how to make your payment. Is $100 monthly. It's $100. But if you want to register on CAPITALXTEND, there's a link we have sent to on the group that you register on CAPITALXTEND. You can still fund your account tonight. And then once you fund your account with minimum of $100, you send us, there's a procedure, right? You will now follow and see your registration activated, and then we activate you for 1 month free. Now, hear this. If you're on CAPITALXTEND, all right, after your 1 month subscription is expired, now, instead of you paying $100 for monthly subscription, you still have a discount amount to pay. So it's not $100 you are going to pay. So there's a discount, certain discounted price for everyone in our ecosystem that are using CAPITALXTEND. Now, so let's look at Bitcoin that this guy have given to us. Ordinarily, Bitcoin have been struggling within this range all this while, and see where now. So if you're in here, probably because you probably want to go to a lower time frame to see if the market is going to retrace then before you short the market. But of course, as at the time this guy had given a signal, a lot have made money, but it's still telling you that this thing's still going to sell. If you look at to 5 minutes, it's still going to sell. I think I was telling some persons the other time that it has a mission to fulfill at 114 and 111. Look at it at this blue line down here, $111,000 region that it has a fulfillment of full assignment there and all of that. Now, sometimes people will ask me, so what should I do? Most time when you come to a market that you are literally late, what do you mean by late? See where this one started from. See where it started from. This was a pullback. This was a pullback. Right now, you either wait for it to pull back here and you sell, but it's a strategy we use in our trade. And what's the strategy? When we meet a market we want to enter into, and it has gone far away from where we're supposed to enter, maybe you are afraid of missing out, but which is wrong. We're not saying, okay, if I want to use $100 to trade that market, I would divide that money into 2 or 3 and enter the prevailing price, take my stop loss into the normal place I want to take it to, and then wait for a pullback. And when it pull back to this level, I will add. If it does not pull back, no problem. I will allow to ride. But if it does not pull back, I will allow to ride the one I've entered. And when it gets to another significant point and pull back, I will add more position. These are a logical way of entering the market, because most time people come into the market rather than to wait, all right? They don't wait, and then they just jump in, and the market will have to pull back, because after breaking a level, you expect a pullback, and this has not done that pullback. It has just continued selling, right? Selling and selling and selling. So you expect a pullback. In fact, if you're not careful, the pullback can even retrace that back up to this point. That's 117,535, all right, for a sell more. So if you now have a position entered here, and then when it pull back, you discount more, or if you refuse to pull back, just continue, you are going to witness another pullback eventually, and then you want to find an entry. And that's a very lovely thing about market. So perhaps if you are here listening or watching me, you want to see if the Bitcoin is going to pull back, or you can agree with me. For people who are in earlier, you can say, I was notified over and over to sell Bitcoin, but I was not in now. So let's get GBP card. I don't trade all of these pairs anyway. I'm not a fan of currency pairs like that. Okay, so this is GBP card. So let's look at GBP card. Remember, we say it has been selling all this while. Crazy. Let's go to 4-hour time frame. You see, GBP card had been selling. Yep. So here. So it still say a sell continuation. You can see that right now. So you still see a sell continuation for GBP card. So if you look at it down here, so is he had a long way to go? Let's look at daily time frame. So you can target Bitcoin, like I've said. And if you pull back, so you can see GBP card has what? A long way to go down. Can you see? So probably I must have even marked GBP card over and look at after long inducement and all of that. So GBP card had a long way to go. That's why the robot or the software was telling you it's a sell continuation and it's still going to sell more. Now, but this is the point. This is a currency. In no distant time, you're going to have a 1-hour break. So probably if you are in, you want to wait for the 1-hour break. And I'll tell you reason why. Because when some of those markets open, they could jump. So, but you are having a target that after the 1-hour break and market open by 11 p.m. Nigeria local time or West Africa time, you want to find a kind of pushback and then to maybe probably grab liquidity or just sweep up on this doji candle and then continuation. That's another one. But a lot of people who have been in before us, they are riding the market, and that's exactly what's happening right now. All right. Yeah. So I think that's so. Now, in summary, let's go here. So maybe you expect GBP to sweep this, to come to sweep this liquidity and before selling now, or even back up here before selling down. But the idea is that it's going to sell. And so you want to find a selling. Bitcoin had been selling and it continued to sell. Okay, you can see the massive move is still continue on Bitcoin. So if you find an entry that time, that's a half entry, right? A half entry. That one will have been riding, but don't get dismayed when the pullbacks are happening, right? Before the selling continuation. But if it does not pull back, because sometimes you are waiting for some pullback, and the market refuses entirely not pulling back. I sold US 30 yesterday, and I was busy. I just came back in now. If not, I will have, at the same time I sold yesterday, I will have sell again today because that's a massive, I told us US 30 was a market I waited for a very long time, right? Yes. Many of you have been following me. This was my entry point on US 30, and I have agenda for it to rock down. So all of these were just a kind of pullback, sweep another, probably induce another, sell more, and all of that. Okay. And if you break this, it's a long-term journey that have been on and on, have been extremely bullish. All right. You break this point, that means I'm still going to sell, but that probably will determine what happens today and tomorrow for this market. So somebody will ask me, can I sell now? Now, this is the point. When you are looking at the market, the best way is that you identify a point-to-point of journey rather than jumping at the middle of nowhere, because the market, like NAS 100 and US 30 are crazily volatile pairs. Ooh, oh my goodness. And then this guy too was dialing the other day or yesterday, and I expect it to move up thereafter. Yeah, okay, I think it was here. Oh my word. Come on. So I think you will just stand by your Bitcoin, right? So if you have sold the little I said and waiting for adding more position, I think is good for you. Any of you probably have sold and waiting for, because the guy is not resting. He's dumping. Just like what BEKENET have told you. BEKENET have told you that strong sell, and so it's the dumping. So this will have been the most perfect pullback that will have warranted your entry. But here you go. So it's dumping. So you can see the advantage of partitioning. For the fact that it's dumping, don't think, okay, I'm jubilating. Now, sometime before it will even pull back, will have delivered good profit for you, yet to still pull back massively. So if you have entered, for instance, and it's running in profit and they refuse to pull back, so the one you enter and has given you profit, you always take the profit on the table and then continue to ride the other one. So, sir, can I hold US30 for long trading? It costs seems to be volatile. Yeah, it all depends on what you know how to do. It's crazily volatile. You can't hold it for a long trade, especially when your portfolio is not big. It's deadly risky for you to hold. But I hold it because when I target it, especially when so what make me sometimes hold US30 is not technical, right? It's a macro data. I use macro data to trade US30 and NAS 100, even S&P 500. I use macro data. So you can, because they are crazily volatile, they are index, and so you have to be very careful. Okay. So I use macro data, not only my technical analysis, to trade some of those commodities index. So you have to be very careful. So, but that you cannot hold, yes, why not you can hold? Just like I was telling, if many of you were following, if any of you were following when I was talking about US30 the other day, and I said, I've been waiting for this trade for a very long time, especially on a higher time frame, okay? So, but it can be on a drawdown for a while, but if you really know what you're doing and those data, so you can see my entry, I was waiting for it. You can see, right? I was waiting for it. Yeah. So if you look at it, this was, when was this? On the 25th. Today is Thursday. That was about 3 days ago. Okay. But do you know one thing? Now, why here? It was, all right. This was already a sell after sweeping liquidity, return back to the region. This was the original sell though, but I think I was away and I was not comfortable because I actually wanted to break away entirely and before finding an entry. Now, after finding an entry here to here, now another joy and style you use in holding trade is that you can continue to scalp that same trade, all right, while holding a position. So it gives you better option. You are holding a position in a particular pair and you go down to a lower time frame to continue to scalp it. So you will be making a lot of money. So even the drawdown you will have when it's pulling back here and there. So imagine a market that have run to this point. Look at it. And still push back massively. Now it's selling down. So you probably will get out prematurely here. All right. And so, let me get out because the way it's pumping. And you would definitely know. In fact, see, don't get it twisted. This guy can return back here and come and sweep this liquidity again before selling down. So in that process, you will see that the profit that was on your table will be wiped off and you can be emotional. And you like, it has wiped off my profit. Let me just close it at the small loss. Immediately you close it and the guy will just continue. So it's good at when it's going to dump, it will dump very well. And when it's going to pump, it will pump very well. See, listen, this guy have a long way to go, right? That is not, I'm not giving you a guarantee. Once he break this neckline, once he break this point and retest, come on, I'm going to hold that trade for a very long time. This is another major support that it will return back to here, all right? So these are key level. And then this, all of this inducement and all of that, then that means, man, that's going to be crazy. Okay? So that's going to be crazy. So your account can produce much money on one instrument that you get right at a point in time. So, but if your account is little, be careful, right? Be careful. It's better you are scalping it. This guy had been massively pumping for a very long time, all right? It has been bullish for a very long time. And so retracing to a good level is not a bad idea for it. You can see, look at it. This is a daily time frame. And so you can see just today, sweep off this liquidity, and then it's bouncing here. Now, so you have this key level, so it can travel down So I'm not going to be surprised. So travel down to this major key level. This is an offshoot that was not supposed to happen, and it happens, and then so retracing down to this point. So there are more level, but when you are holding on technical view on it, you equally need to have an idea of the macro data, which is about fundamental data that will help you to hold a trade on some of those commodities. You know, there are index representing stock. One is representing NASDAQ, the top 100 stock, and then the other one, top 30. So the NASDAQ is more of tech stock. So as long as the tech stock are doing well, so they can continue to be pumping. While they are not doing well, they can continue to be dumping. These are the things you need to know. Okay. So you can see Bitcoin, guys. So if you enter, congratulations, you can see that. So look at what Bitcoin have been doing, ranging all this while, ranging and ranging. Now, what do you have? So Bitcoin is a liquidity down here, that's 114. I told you guys. So this movement was not complete that time. Now, was supposed to come and sweep this liquidity, but it never did. And then it returned back up again, took out this. And then, so that is to say, if you were able to now break this point, so that was why I told you that Bitcoins will be coming down to $111,000 as it were. And if you're unable to hold there, sorry, that's not a bad deal that will come to 109,000. Now, does that not mean that we are now going bearish or the bull market is over? No, it's not over. Okay, it's not over. Okay, so but if you look at this rejection, I was telling you, I don't know who was telling about this rejection, and the market kept struggling below that. So I knew that we need to find a nice correction down, and that was why BEKENET software told you continue selling. And you can see, I'm sure this was the candle that it gave. If I was around about 4 hours ago, this would have been a massive ride for us on Bitcoin, as it were. Okay. So the same thing happening. So if you sell, fine, right? So you can see gold. I told you I have a selling position that's still running, and I think I sent it on the group too. If you are on our on the FOREX signal, right? Those of you who are on the FOREX signal, I see that you hardly make use of your Whoop app. We have to make use of it, but I created a different Telegram, and if you're not yet added there, you have to ask me later. If you know you are trading with us on Forex, maybe you traded Mastery or CAPITALXTEND, and you're trading with us, and then before the block, before Telegram blocked the other platform, so you have to just chat up with me so that you can be added to the group, right? So you can see, I say this guy, there's a key level down. So there's no doubt this guy cannot make it up. So it has to come down to this point. And if that support refuses to hold, then this is going to be a very dangerous thing for this guy dumping down. Okay. All right. So I think I just have to pause here tonight. So if you are on a group, so I've told you about the BEKENET software and then how it can be used and all of that. So also look at Bitcoin. So it's rocking down, guys. So you can see Bitcoin's rocking down. So if you look at this software already, this scanner gave a sell position here, another second confirmation. Even if you didn't sell here, whoop. You keep quiet. There was a power interruption. I'm sorry. Okay, so the power was interrupted, and so, but I think we're almost done anyway, because what I was just trying to show to us were, Bitcoin continued to sell, right? And So I was telling us that this software already told us about the sale of Bitcoin. And so you can see what the advantage of BEKENET. BEKENET deliver to you notification. And so now, even if you have the scanners and you have BEKENET softwares deliver to you notification, and then you will have found an entry. And of course, across here too, you can send it an alert, but it's not like notifications and that will deliver to your mobile phone. And so you can see this continuations of the cell and okay, AUD, USD, this one. Okay. Oh, come on. This network is not good. Still very, very bad. Very, very terrible network. Okay, guys. I think this is basically what we have. All right, so say please talk about fixing of TP and SL when taking BEKENET software. Oh, no. So I think I'm going to do a different videos about that. Now, see, listen, when you are taking BEKENET software, you fix your take profit and stop loss by yourself, right? Now, but the other thing is that if you go to BEKENET software platform, you're going to see the key level to key level when you are setting. Now, BEKENET software told you that every stop loss you are taking, the rate based on 80 pips. So from your entry point, you should mark 80 pips. But what BEKENET to tell you that is that first, confirming this trade when you go in there using BEKENET software, that you should confirm to know to make sure that you have a good gap between the key levels when the price is far away from the key level, right? If this is too close, you don't take that trade because the allowance of the journey is too small, and then that may not deliver your 1:2. Remember, like I normally tell us, that I don't take trade that will not have allowance of 1:2 risk reward. So once I have limited than that, I just leave it because so that I will not struggle where I will have my stop loss two buggers. So BEKENET said, take 80 pips as your stop loss. So I think that's just what to work with. Now you can modify your stop loss, all right, especially when you see the trend on the market. So you can modify your stop loss. For instance, just like we're looking at the Bitcoin, right? Just like we're looking at the Bitcoin that let's enter small position for Bitcoin, right? That so when it pull back, we can add more position. But the way the thing had been going, and remember, Buckner said it's going to sell well, right? There's a way you used to say it. The software will always say that whatever. And now you can see that it's still continue selling. And so, because I've told us that where the pullback ought to have happened, for instance, my stop loss and my take profit in a trade is depending on where I take the trade from, especially from a swing, right, point, which any swing point can stand to be a resistance or support. And so I will look at the best stop loss, as you said, is that in the previous swing low or in the previous swing high. So these are reason why I said everyone, even when you are using softwares, basic knowledge will make you maximize the softwares. Okay. So guys, you can see now that the market, according to Nigerian people, no grief for anybody. The market is not grief for anybody. It's just selling. And I'm sure anybody who entered when I said if you can enter half, you will have been in profit right now. And then if it does not pull back, no problem. When you deliver your profit, you can take it. If you decide to pull back, no problem. And those are the things you need to understand. As for BEKENET, I'm going to do more video, especially those of you who have subscribed. I'm going to do more video and post on our group so that you know how to make use of it effectively. All right. Okay, so tomorrow we're starting a new challenge, a new 90 days challenge, right? A new 90 days challenge. We're starting tomorrow, the 1st of August, 2025. I can say congratulations for some of us who have been with us on our forum, trading, you're struggling, you pass, you didn't pass, and all of that. That's a lovely one. And then we have more to do. And remember, the agenda is to raise, to build up to build minimum of 500 people that will be making average of $20 to $200 a day. Not necessarily, maybe passive income and all of that. That you are trading, you can make $20, all right? You can make $20, minimum of $20 to $200 a day, okay? And that's going to be massive. So if you want to start with us, all you need is register your CAPITALXTEND. All right. If you can still register tonight, why not? Make sure you have your fund available. And then once you have registered and fund your account, you can DM me so that you can be added on the free signal group. And of course, you can be activated on your BEKENET software. Other conditions for other things like having access to scanners and all of that is dependent on how much you fund, all right, in your account that will give you those access. Okay. You can see NAS 100. This is a massive sell. Look at this scanner. I told you sell from here and was selling. US 30. You can see the US 30 that was massively selling just now, right? So I think there's a pullback. But if you look at when this scanner says sell, sure, was I've told here or here, but look at crazy pullback that it was doing. This can intimidate you to run away from the market, right? Because it's highly volatile. Can intimidate you to jump out of the market. And immediately you jump out of the market resumed. And so you just need to get used to it. Another thing I've discovered, those of us trading on Traded Mastery, all of us that are trading Traded Mastery, I discovered that the spread on Bitcoin has really reduced. Okay, somebody say, if I have registered before and yet to fund, do I need to register? No. You don't need to re-register. So as long as you have registered with us on CAPITALXTEND, right? As long as you have registered with us on CAPITALXTEND, then the only thing you need to do is just to fund. Very simple. Just to fund your account. You don't need any re-registration. Just to fund your account. That's all. Okay, I think I have to pause here tonight. And so if you're on the Bitcoin, congratulations, let's ride it. Let's enjoy the ride. Let's enjoy the ride. BEKENET, I've told you that it's going to be selling. So people who took the sale from here, up you, if you are using BEKENET, I'm sure you will have given you the signal before now. Yes. I'm sure it will have given you a signal before now. Okay, you can see what I was telling you, that this scanner must have sell here. This is a pullback. Even if this scanner didn't tell me to sell here, this is a pullback. I'll find another sell here, another sell here, this is another sell here, and all of that. Bitcoin. You see, the other one I was telling us that this pullback was the best entry, and this one didn't even repaint, just say, hey, sell, here, sell, and all of that. So we'll have this contend in 116, right, and perhaps 115. So once we're able to break that, but even before breaking that, you are in profit. If you enter when I was talking about this sell, you are in profit. Yeah, I told you, I said, enter with small position. If you pull back, I think we're here that time. We're here. If you pull back, you add. If you refuse, no problem. You take that one and enjoy yourself. Okay? That's all I have for you tonight. And then those of us who are buying stocks, congratulations. You can see, I think I posted something that was telling us about, what's this one? I was telling us about Okom oil. You can see what's Okom oil. That's Okom oil, palm coal. This stock, crazy. So it's pursuing Presco. It's pursuing Presco. So these are diversification we do, and we encourage people to do that. Presco is 1,500. And in 2023 January, when I was telling some people to buy this Presco, I told us 117 naira per share. And at the point when it was seated there at 185 perpetually for a very long time, I still asked people to buy. Well, some looked at it that it's a long time, it waste time. But today, the story is changing. So our Fidelity is progressively moving to Jitco, of course. I told you it has done well. And then I said it pull back the time it has done the pullback. You just need to break this, and then we'll continue. Women Bank, I still told some persons to buy if they decided. I think it's about 20 naira now. Woo! This stock, right? Even as this year beginning, sat at 5 to 6 naira for a very long time. Yes, you hear me right. 5 to 6 naira for very, very long time. This year. Yeah. Look at it. I think it was here. December something. It pulled back massively. Last year was down to that 5 naira, 7 naira kobo. And there you go right now. There's so much way to make money, right? The other one was yeah, okay. Fitsin supposed to correct down. I don't know. Fitsin was supposed to correct down. Oh, after correction, I thought it was supposed to come down. Fitsin. Which other one? Oh, WAPCO. WAPCO was a nice stock I asked people to buy at 35 naira something. Now it's 149 naira, almost one. It hit 150. So imagine you bought at 35 naira, even 50 naira. That's additional 100 naira. So if you use 1,000,000 naira to buy at 50 naira, yeah, so that will have given you how many shares? 1,000,000 naira. So divide by 50. So that average of 20,000 shares. So multiply by 150. So that's about 3 million naira. So you have gotten additional 2 million naira. That's massive. That's massive, guys. I think I saw Boa taking a very huge move the other day. Boa Food had moved up since. Boa Cement came down to 85 naira, 90 naira. I think it should be above 100 naira now. 135 naira. You can see the jump. It was not even long because it was seated at about 90 naira or something. So imagine that was July 7th, was 89 naira, 90 naira, now 135 naira. Boa Cement. Boa Food had been on the rise more than the cement sometime, right? So Boa Food had been on the rise. So that's about 459 naira per shares. UBA, of course, I told us some factors, but I think it should be resting for now. I don't know what it's going to be doing. Yeah, so it's resting for now. Transcorp has reigned its own. So it's just additional stuff it's doing should be 50 something naira now. Yeah, 53 naira. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, so I'm pausing here. So continuing the ride on Bitcoin and so Bitcoin continuing. So if you were in, so if pullback happen, lucky you. If it doesn't, so 115,000 naira dollars. And if you break that, I told you guys, ultimately 111,000, 109,000. Then August taking up probably this first week or getting to next week should be having some kind of heavy momentum in the market move. Okay, so that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So please, when the market is going to pause for like 1 hour, now if you're in any trade, you adjust your stop loss so that it wouldn't actually affect you when market open and jump. It's just that if you jump again, it's going to drag you to where you jumped to. Okay, those are the things you need to understand. Okay, so what you do is that if you know you are going away, in most trade, you push your stop loss below. That is, try as much as possible to keep off stop loss so that you wouldn't have problem. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for tonight. So if you are still watching us from the side mirror, turn on your full screen and let us move together. So my name is Meda, the team leader of Plan B Express. So we push and we make money and want people to learn. The best thing anyone can do right now, there is AI, softwares, and all of that. Yours is carry yourself, and we're not charging you this. Okay, we make basic this thing. That's why we have a Google Drive on the Google document. So when you come in, fund your account, we'll ask you to first go there. Don't be in a haste to want to get into the market. We want you to go there, get the training. It's very simple, step by step, and know how to navigate process. Then you can get signals for future, for synthetics, for Forex. I'm sure many of you who have been hearing about Forex before, you never knew Forex can be this simple, but we complicate it because we speak too much English. And those are the things we want people to take off, where you can trade, make money, spread your tentacles, and build wealth. All right, do have a nice rest, everyone. Bye for now.